Okay, so today we're starting a new section. Gotta switch my mask. And it's section 2-2, adding and subtracting rational numbers. So I'm on page 76 in the book, and I'm just gonna go through the examples on page 76 for you. So everything I write,
we write.
yes, good. Okay, so starting in kind of the middle, number 4. What's that mean? Was that my computer? Oh, okay. So, sorry, we've had a lot of technical issues so far today, so I'm a little high strung right now, okay? Negative 15 plus negative 12. That's okay. I should probably laugh before I snap completely or something and start crying. Okay, so our same rules apply from when we were adding and subtracting our integers, okay? If the signs are the same, you add, and if the signs are different, you subtract. So I noticed that both of my numbers have a negative, so are the signs the same or different? Same, so I'm gonna add. 15 plus 12 is how much? Anybody else?
Oh, 50.
27. There we go. Okay, but the answer keeps the sign, so my answer is going to be what? Negative. And let's keep going. I'm going to pause this while I write some down. Okay, sorry. Okay. Number 5, negative 24 plus negative 45. Are the signs the same or different? Same, so I'm going to do what? Add. So what is 24 plus 45? Somebody with a calculator or calculator app open. 69. And the answer, what?
Is negative.
Negative, because the numbers in the problem were negative.
So the answer takes
That's right. And this section is called adding and subtracting rational numbers, because rational numbers are what?
rational.
Yes. Oh, what does that mean? Okay, so it's a type of decimal or a fraction. And that's what we have coming up, is some decimals and fractions. So don't be afraid of them. So I have 38.7 plus negative 52.6. Are my signs the same or different?
Different.
Different this time, so I'm going to do what?
Subtract.
Subtract. So you're going to need a calculator on this. You're going to do 52.6 minus 38.7, or you can enter it exactly as it's written, and you'll get the correct answer as well. And what does that equal?
Is it time?
We're adding and subtracting. Okay, no, it's because you didn't put the decimal in, but I think
Oh, yeah, sorry.
13.9.
91.3. What?
Good job, Kayla. So the answer, though, takes the sign of what?
The bigger number.
The bigger number. And the bigger number is positive or negative?
Positive. Negative.
Negative. So the answer is going to be negative.
How's
Okay?
bigger number negative?
How did I get?
And we have some decimals. Are the signs the same or different?
Same.
Same. So I'm going to do what? Add. So add these. 4.62 plus 12.81.
Please, can I get this one this time?
If you can be fast.
Okay.
Who has their calculator with them today?
I don't.
Who has it, not who doesn't? Is it out on your desk? Who has their calculator out on their desk? I was going to give out candy.
Oh, I have it in my backpack on accident. It fell inside my backpack.
It fell from your table?
Yeah.
Just slid right out.
17.43.
Yeah.
Negative 17.43.
want to stop trying, but that won't get me candy. So.
That's okay. It's just because the calculator on the computer is difficult to use. Good. Okay. I'm going to keep watching who's participating, who's using it. But listen, when you come in, get your supplies out. One of your supplies is your calculator. It needs to be on your desk the whole time. So it's ready to go. All right, and then if you put this in your calculator just like this, it will give you this answer. Or if you use our rules that the signs are the same, so we add 4.62 plus 12.81, then you just have to remember to go back and put a negative on the answer because the problem was negative, the answer stays negative. Okay, you can do that either way. All right, and the last example that I have in this section is a fraction example. So let's not be afraid of fractions. What are 2 ways that we could solve this problem?
Turn the.
What were you going to say? Say it. Because there's 2 ways, and she only said one.
Turn the fraction into decimals.
Okay, yes. So divide them, turn the fractions into decimals. That's one way. That would be the easy way to do it if you have a calculator. The other way to do it is to make like denominators. So we would have to find the least common denominator between these 2 numbers and then recalculate the top numbers, and then we could add or subtract. So let's vote. Who wants to divide and make decimals? And who wants to keep them fractions and do least common denominator? So decimals, raise your hand. And fractions, raise your hand. Okay, it's 2 to 3. So the decimal's 1. So what's 4 divided by 7?
5, 7, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 1, 4, 2. 0.
Well, the reason that, okay, wait, if we did the most common denominator, it would be so much faster.
You think?
Yeah, possible.
If you're good at least common denominator.
Well,
If you don't know what you're doing, then it will be more confusing.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
so easy.
What is 1 divided by 2?
2 could go into 14, so 7 times 2 is 14.
Yeah.
And 2 times, what is it, 9? Was it 9?
So if we use 14 on the bottom here, we'd have to use it here too, right?
Yeah.
How did you get to 14 from 7?
2.
And so you do the same to the top.
Yeah.
4 times 2 is
8.
8. And then how did you get from 2 to 14?
Because 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 7.
7. So do the
7.
same to the top. Yeah. So then we would just do 8 minus 7.
1 over 14.
Yeah.
Which is that.
Or what is this one?
0.07.
Good. 0.07. And it's going to be positive because our bigger number is positive this time. Okay? We'll be right back. Copy those down. Okay, so this section is subtracting or finding the difference. So we're going to see minus signs in the middle of all these problems. But the rules are still the same. If the signs are the same, you add. And if the signs are different, you
Subtract.
yes. So are these signs the same or different?
Same. Different. They're different.
They're different. So what is 23 minus 18?
-5.
It's 5, yes. And then the bigger number is negative, so the answer is negative. Or you could put 18 minus 23 in your calculator, and it would tell you -5. Okay, again, we're doing rational numbers today, so we're going to see decimals and fractions. And we have a special rule here with this one. What happens when I have 2 negatives right next to each other? They turn into positive signs. So you must show me that you changed them to positives. Because if you don't do this one step, you're going to probably get confused and get the wrong answer. So you always have to show me that you're turning these both to positive. And now my signs are what? Same or different? Same. They're both positive, so just add 12.7 plus 18.4. What is that?
31.
31. Elizabeth, do you have your calculator today? No, you're going so fast. That's good. Okay, and it's going to stay positive because now both my numbers up there are positive. So 31.1. Okay. How about this one? Are the signs the same or different? Same. So I'm going to do what? Add them. 3.86 plus 1.75. 5 point what? But the answer keeps the sign, so since the numbers in the problem are negative, the answer is good. Awesome. Do we need to pause for a second? Good? Okay, so how about this one? What do I have to do first on this problem? Yes. Which signs?
All of them. The one in the parentheses.
Yeah. Yes. So the two signs that are right next to each other, they turn to positive. And now, are my signs the same or different?
No, different.
Different. So I'm going to do what? Subtract the two numbers. What is 42.5 minus 32.25? 10.25, but the answer takes the sign of the bigger number. 42 is bigger than 32, and 42 is positive, so my answer is positive this time. And then for the last one, we have a fraction. So we can either divide them out, make them decimals, or we can make them like denominators and subtract or add the fractions. All right, I'll do it both ways. So what would my like denominator be here? What's my like denominator, my least common denominator here? Or anybody else that thinks they know?
9. 10,
What?
5, 4, 3, 1, the number 1.
What number can you divide 9 and 10 into evenly?
2. No.
It's 18.
10 doesn't go into 18 though.
Yeah, that's what I was.
4.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
3.
You need to think bigger.
11.
Like
11. It's 11.
9 goes into 45. Does 10 go into 45?
So far. It's 11. 11 can.
No, it can't. Okay, 11 times 9 is 99. A whole number can't go into 9.
Okay, you smart.
So what is?
No, it's just.
Do you know what the least
first
common
word.
denominator is?
I'm trying to think of.
So sometimes the best way to
15 times.
sometimes the best way to find it is just to multiply the bottom two numbers together.
9.
So 90 is going to be our least common on this one.
Oh.
And I'm going to make sure I bring down the signs as well so I don't get
Yeah.
confused.
2 years ago.
9 times what equals 90? 10. So I have to multiply the top by 10. What is 2 times 10? 20. And 10 times what equals 90? 9. So I got to multiply the top. What's 3 times 9? 27.
Wait, what?
3 times 9
Oh,
is
3
27.
times. Okay, yeah.
So now my signs are the same, so I'm going to add my top numbers. 20 plus 27 is 47, but the answer keeps the negative sign, and the bottom number stays the same. I hope you can hear me when I'm turned around. And we're out of time. So I'm going to stop the video. See you next time. Let me know if you have any questions.